So far we've looked at drink diaries, units, calories, the health risks with alcohol, and physical and psychological dependency. And in this video we're going to look at what can you do about it. Sometimes learning about alcohol and making a record of how much you're drinking can be enough for some people. I can remember the first time I learnt about units and calculated how much I had drunk one weekend, and I was horrified. By this point I'd already stopped drinking as I'd hit my rock bottom. But it was just another piece of information that added to my motivation. Now let's have a look at all the different ways that you can reduce and change your pattern and mess with your habits to help you get some control. Now remember, this isn't for you if you are physically addicted to alcohol. But psychological addiction, you can be psychologically addicted to anything. You just basically think about it, you think you need it, you don't need it physically, but you think you do and you crave it. And alcohol is quite clever like this, and this is the bit I go back to about the daily drinking. Even if you have a couple of drinks, it's good to give yourself a break and just get some control. So let's have a look at your drink diary and how to reduce safely. Say you're drinking a bottle of wine a night. It's got into a habit. Now there are a number of things you can do. It doesn't have to be a bottle of wine, it could be a few glasses, it could be however many cans of lager, bottles of beer, shorts. Delay your start time. So if you have a drink when you finish work, depends on what your pattern is. If the first thing you do is have a drink, don't. Do something different. Have a cup of tea, go to the gym, go for a walk, do an evening class, play a game with the kids, visit a friend that doesn't drink, go and watch a film, drink a pint of water when you get home. The ideas are endless. Make yourself a list of all the things you could do differently. Now you've got your drink diary, you'll be aware of what your pattern is. If that is your pattern, or you finish work and you go to the pub or the bar, just do something different. Delay your start time. The other thing you can do is swap your wine or beer for a lower percentage. What you'll be doing is drinking the same amount of volume, but less alcohol. You could also just drink less. So if you're drinking a bottle of wine, you could go down to 3/4 of a bottle for a few days, then go to half a bottle, and then have an alcohol-free day. And this is when you really need to do something different. Now this is the same if you drink pints or cans, it's the same idea. You could mix your lager with lemonade. Now spirits, if you drink at home, as I've said previously, you need to be measuring your spirits so that you are only drinking 1 unit, which is 25 ml. But make sure you have a lot of mixer, so you're changing how your drink tastes, so you're reducing naturally that way. And also you're drinking a lot of volume of liquid, you'll be less tempted to drink more. If you drink out, drink a soft drink first. This is really important. Whether you realise it or not, when we go out on a night out, particularly on a binge, we're excited. You might not feel like you're excited, but we are. And people drink their first drink quickly and then they continue. And this is how people get drunk really quickly. And then when you get to 3 or 4 drinks, it gets hard to stop. Now I'm generalising, but it is like this for a lot of people. Alcohol is a relaxant. It lowers your inhibitions. And after a couple of drinks, you can make decisions you wouldn't normally make, like continue drinking. So you can go out with good intentions. If you drink your first 2 drinks really quickly, then the chances are you're going to continue. Whereas if you go out and you have a soft drink first, you're going to relax into your evening and it will be a lot easier to have more control. Now, particularly on a night out when you meet your friends, if you can have a soft drink first, it will make such a difference. Also, you will watch your friends get drunk very quickly, which also helps you to slow down, as it's not always a great look being drunk. People can be quite loud and difficult to talk to, so it's quite an interesting experience. Drink soft drinks in between alcoholic drinks. You will drink a lot less purely because of the volume. Drink drinks with lots of mixers in as well. What can happen when you start making changes is that people challenge you and push you to drink a drink. So say you're going out on a Friday night, you've done really well all week, you haven't had a drink, it's a friend's birthday, You know, you can walk in the pub, somebody says, do you want a drink? You say, yeah, I'll have a pint of lime and soda. You know, then they're like, well, that's, don't be ridiculous, let me get you a gin and tonic or whatever it is you drink, or a pint of lager. Be ready for that, be prepared. You can always buy your own drink. You can say that you're just not doing rounds tonight. If you're buying your own drinks, then you can drink whatever you want. And you can also buy drinks that look like they might be alcoholic, and what you'll find is that people won't even ask. They won't notice. So for instance, your lemonade could be a gin and tonic. Coke could be absolutely anything. Now, binge drinkers, people that don't drink very often, but when they do, they drink quite a lot. Start with making a note of how much you drink on a night out and calculate your units. As I've said before, sometimes this can be enough. So remember the first time I was taught this and I was horrified. Also, in the class I was in, the teacher made an example of me because of the amount I'd drunk. So any trainers or workers out there, don't ever do this. By the time he'd finished with me, I wanted to go and have a drink when I was trying really hard not to. So think about all the things you can do to change your pattern of your night out, as we've talked about. Make a list of them and try them one by one. Keep going until you have a strategy that works for you. Use an app so you can count your units and your calories. If weight loss is your motivation, sometimes that can be easier, because actually what you can do is you can say to people, oh, I'm trying to lose half a stone, so tonight I'm going to be drinking lime and soda or water. So sometimes it can be easier to do that. Remember that binges can be dangerous. All it takes is for you to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, a little bit drunk, and things can go horribly wrong. I've known many people that this has happened to. Some people have been lucky and used it as a wake-up call, however others haven't been so lucky. So just to recap, tips and techniques on how to do this. Keep a diary, count your units, count your calories. Delay when you start. Alcohol-free days. This is a must. Do not build up bad habits. Would you have a takeaway every day? Would you eat ice cream every day? Donuts? Mess with your habits and patterns. This is really important. Do something different. Make sure you're eating regular, healthy food. This will help with the cravings. Particularly with alcohol, psychologically, we can crave it. It sort of fits in there with those sugar cravings as well. Whereas if you're eating good, healthy food regularly, and I mean more than 3 meals a day, this can really help with this. Drink soft drinks. So if you're a regular drinker and you're used to that fizzy pop kind of feeling, it'll be different depending on what drink you drink. Then sometimes you need quite a lot of sugar because you've been used to that. Now, I'm not an advocate of sugary soft drinks, but in this case, while you've got a period of time where you're trying to change habits, I'd rather you do this than alcohol. Lower percentage alcoholic drinks. Drink soft drinks if in between, if on a night out. And throw alcohol away if you don't drink it. This is very powerful. How motivated are you to be healthy? So if you're the bottle of wine a night and you're going to go to 3/4, why not throw a little bit of the wine away? Now, I hope you found this information useful. Maybe you're already making changes. I'm really interested to know what works for you. Any questions, email me, and remember to keep an eye on Facebook and Twitter. I'm always putting different bits and pieces of health information out there. Now, if you're interested in taking this further, I've done a 21-day self-help program that's completely confidential, and it's a personal development program that can really help you to concrete these changes that you want.